Good day to you, Open Bible. If you had an opportunity to sit with and hear Chad's message, you will remember that we were sitting with Acts 2, and the second half of Acts 2 after Pentecost is describing the shared life of the community. For me, when I read this passage, I get excited about the idea that they had all things in common, and that every day they were doing something. They were spending time together. They were eating together. They were breaking bread. They were taking the Lord's Supper every day, not just once a week. They were spending time in each other's homes and in the temple. They were praying. They were worshiping. They were following the lead of the apostles. There was awe and wonder in that community. When we're talking about sharing life together in life groups, we're talking about life-on-life discipleship. In one of our meetings, Shelley said, if you think about it, Jesus and his disciples were like a life group. They ate together, they lived life together, they prayed, they chatted about life, they listened to each other, and they followed the leading of Jesus.
But Jesus and his disciples were a life group. And they lived life together and they did life together. And that was like the perfect model for discipleship, right? And they were all in. And so I think like there's a different sense of investment when that's what the model is. And I think that's what we're talking about. And that it's like everybody stepping up to the next level, everybody, but just think about the benefits that reaps.
It wasn't always easy because it did require quite a bit of sacrifice. Because sharing life means giving up a bit of our privacy, letting our guard down, and letting the stories and words of others shape us. We want to hear from you, though. We want to hear from you about life groups. We're preparing a bit of a form with some questions that we're going to make available soon. And we want to know what you would value in life groups. We have some ideas, but we also want to gather your ideas. And so stay tuned for that. We're going to make that available pretty soon. And finally, this coming Sunday, Stuart is going to lead us into Psalm 1. 2 weeks spent on Psalm 1. And Psalm 1 is this amazing visual of two kinds of people. The righteous kind of person is depicted as a tree, planted by streams of water, faithful in season that bears fruit. And it's a picture of discipleship. And so for us as a leadership, Psalm 1 has really shaped our values. We see these values as rooted and faithful and growing, fruitful and planting. And the idea of planting looks like tending to new trees, because discipleship is kind of like a life cycle where disciples are making disciples who make disciples, and before you know it, you have a whole forest of Jesus followers. It's an image we think helps us move toward our vision of being a vibrant community of Christ followers whose lives are being transformed by the love of God. And so we hope to see you this Sunday.